So, Kingston Grand Slam track just capped off the first Grand Slam track meet of the year. We have three more to go. We just finished in Kingston. We have Miami. We have Philly. We have Los Angeles. Now, we saw a whole bunch of names from, Kenny Bednarek. We saw Oblique Seville. We saw Fred Kerley. We saw, some of the top guys who were in the 100-meter Olympic final last year in Paris. But we have a couple guys who are missing, right? And we've heard that it's like, all right, the stars, the storylines, that's like some of the things that are pillars of Grand Slam track. Only the fastest. So, who are some of the guys that are missing from Grand Slam track, and who is it that we want to potentially see in some of these future slams?
There's an elephant in the room already, man.
Who is it?
Because here's the thing, like when we say who do we want to potentially see, the thing is like Grand Slam track, the way they set up this league, the way let me rephrase it, the way I see it, the way we set up the ring. Because when you step in the ring, you could get knocked down. Somebody might get knocked out, and it just might be you. So as a result, there's some people who ain't ready.
Who ain't ready?
Just because you're in the 100-meter final don't mean you're ready.
Mm,
Because they set it up where you can get exposed. Like, look at, okay, forget the short sprints. It's what we saw this weekend. There are people who you could win an event and then bomb. And
yeah,
it doesn't, like, I'm not saying that you won't score some points and get some money, but like, if you came to be a slam champion, if that's what you came for,
yeah.
you feel me? Like the fact that, okay, let's use Fred as an example because you asked about the
Hmm.
names. Fred, he bombed in his 100. I know it, you know it, he knows it. He didn't run well. But that 200, when that gun went off and I watched him get off that turn, granted it was Famblay on the outside, no shade, but I got to keep that in context. That when he blew past him, I was like, wait a minute. It's a guy who does not start well.
Yeah.
But regardless, he ran so well on the turn where he was like, no, I got too much pride
Yeah.
to let y'all stun on me. And he still got himself up there in that top four with all the racers.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
on sheer talent and willpower of like, I just got too much pride to let y'all stun on me.
Hmm.
Like, and I respected it. Like, I don't if it makes sense. That's one of those fourth place finishes that I respect more than almost anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Because he
was
had,
great.
yeah, because like he was like, no, 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 I'm not losing this.
He's
I'm
like, yo,
sorry.
I'm a world champion in the 100. I'm a two-time Olympic medalist. Like, I can't, I
I
don't care
can't
how
go out
early in the
like
year.
that.
Yeah,
I can't
like
go out like that. So for that reason, the names you want to see. Okay, let's talk about the people who are best equipped. Let's make that list.
okay.
Who's most equipped to step in the ring? Noah and
Okay.
Letsile.
Those are the top two. There's like undeniably, it's like, all right, they are very, very well equipped for specifically this Grand Slam track model as it is right now. The 100, the 200. Arguably, you can argue those are the top two guys
Yeah,
for this type of model. Now, actually, I mean, Kenny, I think
yeah.
is in that same realm as well. And speaking about the
They're
100 and
they're
two.
they're the three. They're
Yeah,
the
yeah,
three.
yeah. Those are like the three. But you're talking about Noah Lyles, the defending Olympic 100-meter champion, or yeah, 100 Olympic 100-meter champion, defending three-time world champion in the 200 and reigning world champion in the 100. So obviously he has those chops. Letsile, he's the defending Olympic 200-meter champion, 100-meter Olympic finalist, and he won the silver medal at the world champs in the 100 last year. So it's like for those two events, those two are very much like, all right, we want to see you as challengers, right? We want to see you on the line against the quote unquote the fastest, right? That's what Grand Slam Track is marketing all these guys as. We want to see you at line up against the fastest to prove that you are the fastest. But will they? I don't know if they will.
I mean, I was about to look it up, but I'm like, we should be able to talk it through. I'm like, after those two names, because I don't need to sing their praises. I think everybody who's listening, if you're still listening to this broadcast, if you're still listening to this video, if you made it this far, then I don't probably don't have to tell you how good these guys are. Is there anyone? Because well, we can get to whether they'll ever get in the ring in a moment, but
Mm-hmm.
are we missing someone who's properly equipped?
So the only properly equipped, the only two guys, I think, like we said, there's the two of them, Noah Lyles, Letsile Tebogo. They are the most equipped by far. Kishane Thompson is another one who's in the conversation, but I don't know if he's like you said, equipped
No,
because we
I have no
haven't.
confidence in him in the 200.
That's the thing.
None.
Not
I don't
only
want him to
do
finish.
not only do we not even know if he's like equipped for the 200, but like he runs so infrequently in the 100 that it's like you know, it's a toss up sometimes. Now, of course, it's not to say he's insanely talented. There's a
Yeah.
reason he's the Olympic silver medalist. There's a reason he's run 977. But like we're talking about, you're going up against Kenny B, against we're talking putting you in the conversation with Noah Lyles, Letsile Tebogo, guys who have proven for years, multiple years, that they can always show up. But Kishane Thompson, that health, those questions,
I mean,
and that 200.
just put him in that same field that we just saw in Jamaica and drop out one of the challengers. Doesn't matter. Just pick one out and take him out. I mean, how do
Yeah.
you think that weekend was going to go if he was on the line?
I think he does well in the 100. Let's say, yeah, I think he does well in the 100 where he finishes. I don't know if he gets top two. I'd say like top three or four, only
Because we
because
saw
of
him in Miramar. So use that as a evidence of what we got other than what you're getting. We saw
well
him run a 4x1 behind people.
behind people.
No,
Like
sorry,
he
behind a
lost.
person because it was only two teams. So
I
he
mean,
got it behind,
I
or he
mean,
stayed behind.
so then, I mean, I'll tell you this, based on what we saw in Miramar from Kishane, just on that 4x1, I'm not picking him to beat out the Kenny B we saw or the Oblique
Oblique,
Seville we
no,
just
no,
saw.
yeah.
Like, no. And arguably, even Zarnell was third in that 100. I don't know if he's beaten out Zarnell. And again, just going based on what we've seen, we know, yes, he ran two races indoors. He ran that one outdoor 60. He's run this year, but in 100 right now for the first week of April, I don't know if Kishane was there yet. So,
So in
but
the
people want
100,
to
you
see.
have him third or fourth.
I probably, I probably would, I'd probably slot him in. I'd give him third in 100. I'd probably give him third by a hair in the 100.
Okay, so if we're giving Kishane third in the 100, what do we give him in the two?
I don't know. So in the
Ignoring PRs, just on straight grit and all like everything that we know about competitors. What are we giving him?
in
Because
the
if
two,
Fred is third, and I'm not putting him ahead of Fred.
no, 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 no. I'm trying to figure out because I think Oblique was fourth. I'm trying to figure out if he beats Oblique. Like, because I don't even know.
I don't think so. No,
Probably not, right? Because there's
I don't
no,
think so.
there's nothing to go off of in
I
the
don't
in the
think he beats
200.
Fambale.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good point. Oh, maybe Fumble. I'm
Remember,
forgetting these.
Fambale, the thing about it was his 100 he
Yeah,
got toasted, but that's because he hadn't run a good 100 since the NCAA days.
yeah. True, true,
But
true.
like beyond no again, no disrespect. Like I'm saying, all again, maybe IAAF on their site, they got some information I wasn't paying attention to because I wasn't digging that hard. But fundamentally, he hasn't really taken it that seriously. But in the
Yeah,
200, we know he can put up numbers. So
he can.
no, I mean, I don't believe Kashane Thompson's beaten Fambale. So wherever Fambale finished, he's behind that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So then, yeah, no. So then probably, and actually, yeah, it was Kenny B. It was Zarno Hughes. It was Fred Kerley. It was Joe Fambule, and then it was Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville was fifth. So
There you
actually,
go.
yeah, no. I mean,
So he's
I don't
sixth.
think. Yeah, he's sixth,
And
and
that's not even and Akeem had given us a 20.2, and I don't believe Kashane's ever given us that in the two because he hasn't run it much.
yeah,
But the whole point being like that's why when we have this game for the way it's set up right now, you got to have the chops.
it's
Like
true.
as I'm gonna say the funny part out loud. I mean, let's go wild. The two most properly equipped, actually, the most properly equipped guy from the Olympic 200-meter final to play in this game is Carly Makarawu, who's still in college.
Oh, really?
If
Really
you actually know his report, he's probably the most properly equipped to actually
interesting.
to come play. And he ain't a pro, so he's totally out because this is for the pros only.
This is pros only.
Like so, I mean, again, I'm thinking about the finals because people think that's the standard.
Yeah.
Alexander
No.
Ogando runs the two only. Okay, let's go here. Erriyon Knighton.
Area Knighton. So
He doesn't run the
obviously
100, but he can.
he can. So obviously in the two, you're talking about Area Knighton. Let's say we take Area Knighton, put him in that field that we just saw in Kingston. I'd probably put him closer to second place
Yeah.
in just the 200, right? Maybe Zarno Hughes is really, really good, but like maybe I'll put it second. The 100 though, like you said, he doesn't run the 100. He's never broken 10 seconds. I think, yeah,
Legal.
Legally, yeah, he has a
Broke it when
windy,
he broke it windy. Yeah.
windy. But I mean, I don't see Erriyon Knighton beating Kenny, Oblique, Zarnell, maybe even Akeem. Like I don't know if he's doing that.
I mean, yeah, in Top Gear, no, all those guys are better. Well, Jarnell is spotty, but I mean, he
Yeah.
still was in the world's final in the 100
Yeah.
and got a
He
medal.
got he got bronze at the
So
last
like,
worlds.
let's not disrespect that. I think last year he just kind of had some injuries to battle through.
Yeah, yeah.
So and still ran a relay. So, I mean, all that said, Arian Knighton he has the talent to come to the party and mix it up. However, when the scores hit the boards, he ain't gonna beat Kenny.
No.
And that's why we're just saying he's just coming to lose to Kenny. Like
Yeah.
when the scores hit the boards, he's just going to lose to Kenny. It's
Yeah.
done. So that's
I
why
don't
there's only two men
yeah.
who realistically and Fred on if Fred gets him in the one, if he can get him in the one, he doesn't have to beat him in the two anymore. He just has to get him in the one. Hopefully somebody else can get between him and Kenny.
Hmm.
And then, like let's say it's like the third slam and he gets him in the one, somebody else gets in between them, and the 200, he can figure out how to still be second or third.
Hmm.
And by second or third, I mean probably third. That might be enough for Fred to edge it out in this model.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, even coming off of Kingston, like we said, Fred saw he did terrible in that 100, but in a day, he switched and he was like, I can't let that happen in a 200. Now he has a couple more slams to be like, I'm not letting that happen in Miami. Now, whether or not it actually does, he now is going to shift his mindset. Fred could be, obviously, we've seen him at the top of the 100 at one point, right? World champion, 9.7s. He hasn't gotten there in the 200 yet, but he's capable of doing so. And if he's in this kind of situation, I could see Fred hypothetically, if it's like Noah, Letsile, Kenny, and then Fred, I could hypothetically see that in the 200, where Erriyon Knighton, if he's in here too, Fred could actually be very, very close to Erriyon, or like, they're fighting for, whatever it is, fourth
On the
place
points, yeah.
on the points. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think, but I agree. Noah Lyles, Letsile are like the guys who are most equipped for this type of
Yeah.
model. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people who ain't them, like, okay, let's go to the names that let's just be for fun. The ones who we know aren't ready. Like Lamont Marthel Jacobs, he's not ready. Like, like
I
again,
mean,
he had to get. We mean it with no disrespect. He's a 100 runner.
he is. He is.
Like that's what he is at this stage of his career. And like I said, for the Olympic final, you thought a little differently. I felt like he just showed us that. Like I felt like I'm trying to again relate it to another sport. Like he showed us that. Like yes, I'm that all star who y'all forgot was an MVP. Like I had that year where I was an MVP,
Hmm.
and y'all forgot. So I ain't who I was,
Yeah.
but I'm still better than y'all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he went and found enough to get himself in the mix. However, from then till now, I mean, judging by his indoor situation,
Oh yeah, that's
um,
true. I
I would
mean,
not I would not suggest that. I mean, there's no level of confidence that he's running two races in a weekend unless
no.
there's, you know, yeah, there's got to be a lot on the. He's got to be a world championship for him to even entertain running two races in a weekend.
Yeah, no. And
And that
especially
second race is
like
going to take a lot out of
is going to take a ton out of him. And if you're talking about, because we're not talking about, all right, you get the entire season to just like joke around, not joke around, but like, pull out of races, do this, that, whatever. Like, no, you got to, if you're going to show up against Kenny B and Fred Kerley, you have to be ready right now. And there's no guarantee that he's going to be, forget, Tokyo Olympic Marcel, let alone even Paris Olympic Marcel, where he ran well, finished fifth place. There's no guarantee that's going to happen in April, in May, in June, right? Like, and there's no remorse in these races,
I mean,
especially yeah. So yeah,
oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to stop what you're
no,
saying.
no,
It's just let's rattle off the names. Think about how many. Again, I'm not blaming the athletes. I'm blaming the system. The system that
mm,
we've been in, this amateur pro version of track. That's what it became, where everybody bets on the house on like the end of the year.
hmm,
There's a lot of guys who've been disincentivized to be anything other than just a 100-meter run. And the
yeah,
200 was going to the guys who are 200 runners are essentially the guys who weren't fast enough to be 100 runners.
Yeah,
That's more or less
it's
what
fair.
we've been getting. So like Ferdinand Omanyala, he just doesn't have he's just not equipped.
Yeah, I mean, he's
But it's not just him. It's not just him.
it's true.
I'm
It's
gonna
true.
give
I was
real names. And okay,
yeah.
I'm not. This is not a joke. I'm not showing shade at anyone.
No,
But
it's a
just think
fact.
about
It's a
how
fact.
many world medalists we've seen in the last few years in the 100 who flat out have not shown any interest in running a 200. It's a pretty legit list.
Yeah. I mean,
Marvin
if we go,
Bracy Williams,
that's what I was
Trayvon
about to
Bromell,
say.
Ronnie Baker, maybe indoor medal, but like Olympic
It's
finalists, like these are guys who, I mean, hey, I love these athletes, but they haven't shown any interest in running a 200 professionally. Again, this amateur pro model we got, we're calling it what it is. So, like we haven't seen that. So
yeah.
it's actually a super short list. So I gotta
Yeah.
even say this, all the respect in the world to Akeem Blake, because he came into the challenger
Mm-hmm.
and said, Grand Slam track is coming. I'm gonna lace up. Let's go.
Yeah.
He didn't run his best 100. He didn't run his best 200, but he came out there and competed. All the respect for anybody who actually steps to the line.
Yeah. Same thing with Oblique Seville. The exact same thing. We don't know him as a 200 runner, but he stepped up, he showed out, and he did his thing. Going to the point of, we mentioned Marcel, we mentioned Kishane, the fourth placer from the Olympic Games, Akane Simbine. I don't know if he's like a 200 runner or if he's well equipped for this model.
We've
Now he
never
may have
seen him, right?
he's probably run some 200s. I'm very sure he's run some, but not in a way that's like, okay, that made everyone notice something.
Yeah.
So I'm not confident that he's going to be able to step in here and be like, oh wow, okay, I'm like putting points up on the board overall, right, to make myself competitive for the
I mean,
slams.
he would the same way, like again, the first slam was the first slam. So
Yeah,
like, I mean, some people just said, "Hey, we'll do it." You know what I mean? Like, we'll run these races. But now that if the slams, now that the first one's over, I think it's now set the bar, and we know the
yeah,
bar is going to be exceeded.
yeah.
So with that in mind, I think people are on one end they want to get in the ring, but on the other they also know like I can get knocked out.
Oh yeah.
And do you just step in the ring if you have no real confidence in your ability to run a competitive 200? Because you could, I'm gonna go here. You could run it like a workout, like you could, and say, "Oh, I'll just lace up and go."
Mm,
But is that the best strategy considering the world about to watch? Because the world is watching Grand Slam, from what I can tell. That's what my comment
oh,
section told me. They're watching.
yeah.
Be watching on
Everyone.
Eurosport or whatever else.
There's a bunch of places to watch it. You can watch it everywhere. Not only is the world watching, but these guys, again, I'm going to keep going back to Fred Kerley. To me, Fred Kerley showed why you don't want to get caught slipping. Fred Kerley was running in that 200. He realized, yo, I don't want to get embarrassed. Right? So,
But I respect it because we know in the 100 eventually he'll give you one.
of course,
Like we're
exactly.
not doubting
Exactly.
that. So I think that's why for the two, I was like, he's 100% like going you know what I mean, like 100% he's gonna be
Yeah.
he'll be all right. So but hey, before we close, if you leave the short sprint for a moment, we already know the two guys who have gold medals for Team USA who belong in Grand Slam are both Grant Holloway and Rod Benjamin.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
Like, am I wrong? Like they have the for what they set it up as? Like with the
these are set up for them. Grand Slam is basically set up for them. Like in a sense, if we're talking about the short hurdles with 110 hurdles, 100-meter dash, Grant Holloway is like that's his competition. Obviously, the best 110 hurdler in the world, the best hurdler indoors or out in the world. We've seen what he's able to do on the flat. He's literally an NCAA indoor champion in a 60. He's run crazy legs on the 4x1 and for like he's an all around talent. So we know what he's able to do. And then Ryan Benjamin, Not only, of course, he's a gold medalist in the 4 hurdles. He had one of the fastest anchor legs on the 4x4. We've seen him run, open fours. So yeah, this is like set up for them. I know. I think people are calling for them. And Grant Holloway, after Kingston or during the weekend, he was literally calling people out on Twitter saying like, "Y'all know who the real Grand Slam champion is." So maybe he's gonna sign up for Miami. Maybe he'll sign up for Philly. I don't know. I don't know.
If he,
But
hey, look, hey, I love we know he's supposed to do it. The only problem is you gotta do it. All I
yeah,
can do, hey, Grant Holloway, I'm your street team. I've been your street team.
yeah, man, this
I
guy's
did
a
a
goat.
I did a college bracket. Took every Bowerman Award winner. For those who
Mm.
don't know at home, it's the Heisman Trophy for track. Took every Bowerman Award winner for like a decade straight, threw them into into an Excel sheet and awarded points based off of what you did at your conference championships and the NCAA's in your whole career. Nobody was even within 20, forget the point numbers. Nobody was with even 20% as good. Like it was like everybody was like 60% of Grant. And he only stayed for 3 years.
He didn't even have a full college career.
Like he left early and
It's
gave
insane.
y'all a free year. And couldn't nobody even be 20, like the most he was gonna get was 75% of Grant Holloway
Yeah, it's
in 4
insane.
years of someone else.
It's actually insane. It's insane. It's similarly. I think last year at the top of the year, I made a video saying that Grant Holloway is the GOAT of at least the 60-meter hurdles because it was undeniable. And since
Oh yeah.
then, he's gone on to win Olympic gold in the 110 hurdles, another world indoor gold. It's like this guy's the GOAT. So clearly, for Grand Slam track, it's like this is made for Grant Holloway. This is
Oh
made
yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. It's made for him. But I mean, hey, we'll leave it there because ain't
Yeah,
everybody ready to everybody doesn't want the smoke. That's
we
what it
gonna
is.
see.
Everybody doesn't want it, but some people might surprise me. I would love to see them get in the ring.
Yeah, we gonna see.
My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.